Guys, we're so pumped for today's video because we've seen these videos all over BookTube and we wanted to incorporate this trend into our reading year as well.
So today we're going to be setting up and blind picking books from our TBR. We're going to be doing it a little bit differently. Instead of picking out books for an entire month, we're going to wrap 12 and then pick one for each month.
Just to ease our way into it. We have all of our books on this cart already and we're kind of just going to go through them first, tell you guys which books we picked out, and then we'll wrap them and blind pick two at the end.
So the first one I have is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. We have had this on our TBR for way too long, and I just bought Reckless Girls by her as well, so it's time that I start reading at least one of her books. At the bottom it says it's a timeless tale of forbidden romance, ill-advised attraction, and a wife who just won't stay buried. I think it sounds great.
I hope you pick that soon so you could tell me if I should read it.
Yeah, you should have had this on your list too.
Okay, my first one is Electric Idol by Katie Robert. I did read Neon Gods and I liked it. I know this is a whole series and everyone really loves it. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. We found this at a free little library, which was crazy. This one says a modern retelling of Psyche and Eros. It says it's as sinful as it is sweet, and that's how I felt about the first one. I heard that the series gets better and better the more it goes on, and I feel like if I have it here, I'm forced to read it because I haven't picked it up, and honestly, if it was my choice, I don't think I would pick it up anytime soon.
So my next one is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was a 5-star read for me. So again, there's no reason why I shouldn't have read this by now. It has been on my shelf forever, just collecting dust. And I've heard a lot of people say they like this one even more than the first one. So the story is still following Pip and Ravi, and it says Pip follows a trail of clues, uncovering more of her town's darkest secrets along the way. I hope I picked this one.
Okay, my next one, let me tell you why I haven't picked this one up yet, okay? I am in the middle of way too many series, but I do have some ones I want to start. So this one is the first book in a series. This is the 7 Realms series, and this one is called The Demon King. I think I picked this up our very first Barnes & Noble book shopping haul.
You did?
The very first one, you guys, and it's been over a year. I haven't picked it up. I don't want to read the back of this book because fantasy books tend to give away too much in their synopsises, but I do have a Goodreads review that made me want to include it in this video. The Demon King had everything I love in a book. Court intrigue, captivating characters, intricate plotting, enticing romances, the best high fantasy story ever. Like, that's just such a great review, and that's everything I look for when starting a new fantasy series. I want to include it today, and hopefully I pick it soon, so it just forces me to read it.
My next one is My Policeman. I purchased this from the UK because I wanted this cover. I was so excited about it. Everyone was just saying it's so slow. Like, it's such a slow story. I think they were saying it's like worth it in the end. So reading the reviews definitely made me put it off, but I've heard really good things about the movie, obviously because Harry Styles is in it. So I still want to read the book and then watch the movie. It is a historical fiction and a queer romance, so I'm ready to read it.
My next one, short little book, is Everything I Never Told You, and this one I believe was a recommendation of, like, if you want a short book to read to reach your reading goal, like, this is the one because it's really good. It's a novel about a Chinese American family living in the 1970s in a small town, and I believe one of their daughters goes missing, and it's a story about family dynamics and like regret and grief and everything. So it sounds heavy, but it's a really tiny book. It says wonderfully moving and beautifully crafted, so I do want to get around to this one soon.
My next one is The Light We Lost. This one I've heard is really sad. I mean, the title itself is already sad. It says he was the first person to inspire her, to move her, to truly understand her. Was he meant to be the last? This is just a contemporary romance, probably about your first love, heartbreak. Lucy will find herself asking, was it fate that brought them together? Is it a choice that has kept them away? This is before we were strangers.
Okay, so maybe you can compare them.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be fun.
Alright, my next one is 9 by Zach Hines. I got this one from BookOutlet, and I remember really being interested in it. It says 9 lives, 1 chance to uncover the truth. There's an alternative world where humans live 9 lives and they can't wait to burn straight through them. A timely, fascinating concept. Readers intrigued by alternate realities will be hooked, and I'm intrigued by alternative realities, so I'm hooked.
My next one is Behind Closed Doors, another mystery thriller that I need to read already. And you guys said you really like this one too, and you think I would like it. It says the perfect marriage marriage or the perfect lie. Everyone knows a couple like Jack and Grace. He has the looks and wealth and she has the charm and elegance. You might not want to like them, but you do. Some might wonder what's really going on once the dinner party is over and the front door has locked. So just another domestic thriller, and it does sound really interesting.
So my next one is I Killed Zoe Spanos. This one has the blue sprayed edges, which I'm obsessed with. This was a half-price books find, and I believe it's just a YA mystery thriller. Let's read a little bit. Anna goes to this town for a fresh start, but when she gets there, she finds a community on edge after the disappearance of Zoe Spanos, a local girl who's been missing since New Year's Eve. What's creepy is that Anna bears an eerie resemblance to Zoe. 2 months later, Zoe's body is found at a nearby lake, and Anna is charged with manslaughter. Crazy. This sounds good.
One killer thriller.
One killer thriller. Every time that I've read a YA mystery thriller, I've loved it. So I'm hoping the same thing goes for this one, but I am obsessed with the blue, and I know I had to include it in the challenge.
My next one is Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. This one is one that everybody has said they cried to. Every month, a letter. That's what Lauren decides to leave her husband when she finds out she's dying. Each month, she gives Josh a letter containing a task to help him face the first year without her, leading him on a heart-rending, beautiful, often humorous journey to find happiness again.
I can't read that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very sad, but I'm sure it's very good. I did want to include a bunch of different genres in my picking, so I'm glad I picked this one.
Okay, next we have Bully by Penelope Douglas. Just got this book, but I already know this is gonna be one that I wouldn't touch unless I had to. Honestly, it sounds good. I've been reading a lot of darker romances. I know this is a bully romance, but I do think they're in high school, which kind of, I don't know, it always feels weird to me when they're a little bit younger. They were best friends at one point. Something ended up happening. They're no longer on speaking terms, but he bullies her. And I think now she's kind of fed up with it and is gonna start like fighting back, which I can't wait to see. I've only read one other book by Penelope Douglas, and that was Punk 57. Liked it, but didn't love it, so hopefully I like this one more.
My next one is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I've loved everything I've read by Christina Lauren, and we did get the opportunity to meet them at their book signing. They were super cool, so I definitely want to read this one. This says there's a DNA-based matchmaking company that promises to change dating forever. And it says if you get to know him, we'll pay you. Jessica, who is barely making ends meet, is in no position to turn it down. I think it sounds really cute. I loved The Unhoneymooners and Love in Other Words, so I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna love this one too.
Okay, my next one you just talked about in a recent video. It's All of Us Villains, but I know I wouldn't read it otherwise. I loved being forced to read Lightlark last week because I loved it, and I'm hoping the same thing applies. I won't go too deep into it since we did just mention it, but it's basically like the Hunger Games. There's a trial, there's games, competitors, and everything's different this year and they're higher stakes. So I'm so ready for it. And book 2 is already out and on BookOutlet. So if I love it, I'm gonna have to order that one ASAP.
My next one is Tell Me 3 Things. I did get this one from Half Price Books. I think this one is just a YA romance. It says, what if the person you need the most is someone you've never met? One of the blurbs say, here are 3 things about this book. 1, it's sweet and funny and romantic. 2, the mystery at the heart of the story will keep you turning the pages. And 3, I have a feeling you'll be very happy you read it. I don't normally read YA romances, so I think this one will be a fun, light read. And it's super short.
Let's get out my next one. Okay, we have Blade of Secrets by Trisha Levinson.
It's just ridiculous because why do the booktubers do this so huge?
I know.
And like we try and it's just chaotic.
It's on brand. Okay. I love Trisha Levinseller's writing. I read a couple of her books. It's another fantasy. Honestly, I don't know if it's a standalone or if it's part of a series. Hopefully it's not part of a series. So it says 18-year-old Ziva prefers metal to people. She spends her days tucked away in her forge, safe from society and the anxiety it causes her, using her magical gift to craft unique weapons imbued with power. That's so cool. This one sounds really good. I love the concept and the cover.
My next one is Anxious People by Frederick Backman. This is actually one of the first books I got on this reading journey, so it's kind of very sad that I haven't read it yet. It is a charming novel about a crime that never took place, a would-be bank robber who disappears into thin air, and 8 extremely anxious strangers who find they have more in common than they ever imagined. Imagine like meeting your best friend through a situation like that. I think it would even make a good movie, honestly. And I bet you they're already working on it, like everything else.
Okay, what do we got? Oh, yes. We have Sharp Objects. This one, a lot of you guys actually told me that I need to read ASAP because it was so good. It's honestly a lot shorter than I thought, and I know there's a movie adaptation.
There's a show.
Oh, it's a show.
Yeah, I think my parents watched it.
Oh, okay. Our main character is Camille. She's a reporter with a troubled past, and she gets an assignment that brings her back to her hometown to cover the murders of 2 preteen girls. She finds herself identifying with the young victims a bit too strongly. I don't want to read anymore. There's a little bit left, but I feel like it's gonna give something away.
My next one is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I know the story is very serious, but this story is exploring the psychological dynamics of the relationship between a precious yet naive teenage girl and her magnetic and manipulative teacher, a brilliant, all-consuming read that marks the explosive debut of an extraordinary new writer. Stephen King also did write a little blurb for this. It says, My Dark Vanessa is a hard story to read and an even harder one to put down. I know this is going to be a really heavy story, but I've heard it is told very well, and I am really interested in reading it.
And the next one I have is Dark Shores by Danielle L. Jensen. She wrote the Bridge Kingdom duology, which I was obsessed with. I believe this is a trilogy and I have all 3, so I really need to get started. It says, a pirate with the will of iron, a soldier with a secret, a dangerous quest. I love pirate stories, you guys know, and this is one that I just need to have started already. I'm ready for it. I love me some Danielle L. Jensen, so I do have high hopes.
My next one is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This one is very, very popular in the book community. Wow, that is gorgeous. See, that's a good thing about hardcovers. There's always a little surprise in there for you. Come on. So each decade, only the 6 of the most uniquely talented magicians are selected to earn a place in the Alexandrian Society, which is the foremost secret society in the world. Each of the 6 newest recruits has their reasonings for accepting the society's invitation, even if it means growing closer than they could have imagined to their most dangerous enemies, or risking unforgivable betrayal from their most trusted allies. They will fight tooth and nail for the right to join the ranks of the Alexandrians, even if it means they won't all survive this year. I think that one sounds really good. Honestly, like just reading that, I would start this right now.
I have another YA mystery thriller that I've had forever. This is The Lies That They Tell by Gillian French, and this one sounds kind of like We Were Liars to me, and I know all the We Were Liars haters are not gonna want to read this, but it sounds so good to me. It says the fire took everything except the truth. In this story, a mysterious fire, a family of 5 reduced to 1. Hidden beneath the glittering facade of wealth and luxury, Pearl discovers a dark and twisted web of lies and betrayals that once untangled will change her life and the entire town forever. It sounds good. I love me a good mystery thriller, you guys know, especially YA, and I just need to have this one read already. Like, I'm sick of looking at it on my shelf.
And my last one is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. A lot of you guys were telling me I need to read this book. This is a good way to make sure I get it done this year at least. This is a historical fiction based in France in 1939. It says, in love we find out who we want to be, and in war we find out who we are. It's a heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of woman. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime.
Dang.
That's powerful. That's strong. We've seen this author everywhere and we've heard really great things, so I'm ready to just read one of her books.
Guys, my last one, you knew it was coming. It's Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I just bought book 2, and I'm glad I did so because one of you guys said this one does kind of end abruptly or on a cliffhanger. So I'll have book 2 to jump right into after, but it's so thick. It says, fall into a mythical world of dread and wonder, moths and nightmares, love and carnage. Welcome to Weep. It sounds so good. I can't wait to get started, but it's a thickum. So if I pull this one, I'm already gonna know what it is.
All right.
All right.
That is all of our books.
That took 3 years to go through all of them, but now we're gonna go ahead and wrap them all. We will do a time lapse so you guys don't have to sit through it all. And then at the end, we will blind pick 2 for the month of February.
All right, let's get to it.
We're back. It's many hours later, but we finally wrapped and numbered all of our books, and then we have little bowls full of all the numbers, same numbers on the book, so that whenever we pick it, we know which one to unwrap. This is the exciting part.
So it just took a long time to get there.
It took a ridiculous amount of time.
Okay, so we numbered them through 12, and we're gonna pick 2 since January's already almost done.
And then we'll read these 2 in February, along with the rest of our February TBR.
So let's just pick one at the same time.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, I was like, let me not look, let me not look. Should we pick for each other?
I mean, okay.
No, I meant, let me pick, this will be yours?
Okay, and this will be yours.
11. Take your time.
7.
7, okay. Let's see. Oh, she's thin.
Oh, this one's thick.
Okay, are we opening at the same time?
What do you think it is? That one's everything.
This one's everything,
whatever.
or whatever it is, yeah.
Lucky duck. What's mine?
I'm gonna go the Atlas 6.
I'm gonna go the wife upstairs.
Okay. Okay, we're opening. Feels like Christmas. Yes, this is exactly the one I thought it was.
Your
And I'm
smallest
not mad
book.
about it.
The Nightingale.
Oh.
They said it's time, girl.
That one's thick, but you know what? I think you'll love it.
Yeah.
Do I know anything about it? No.
I mean, it's just so many of you guys have been telling me it's so good I need to read it, so I'm glad it's time.
I'm glad I didn't get, I'm glad I didn't get that one. Okay, yeah, Everything I Never Told You. I am excited for it. Quick read. Okay, so this is one of the ones we're gonna include in February TBR. We're gonna do one more each. Let's see. 5.
1.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this is a good one.
Good Girl, Bad Blood.
I've been wanting to read this one.
That one sounds
It sounded very good. Okay, I'm not mad about either of these.
These are 2 I've been needing to read for the longest time, so.
These are good picks. So on top of everything we already plan to read in February, we'll read these 2 as well.
This is a good idea.
This is a great idea. I want to open more.
This is amazing.
I kind of want to open more, but we'll leave it at this. We're going to keep this cart with all our books on it pretty much all year. And then every month for our monthly TBR, we'll go over our list and then also draw some for each other and work our way through all of them. It's kind of sad we won't see some of these until like the end of the year.
I know. That's why I was trying to pick ones that like I don't mind waiting on.
I didn't think about that.
Every month on our TBR video, we'll bring this bad boy out and just pick one with our numbers.
That keeps it exciting.
Yeah, so that is going to be it for today's video. But let us know in the comments if you would try this idea out for yourself to get through some of those books on your shelf that have been there for a while.
Thank you guys for watching. As always, we do post new videos every week, so make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. My first one.
Oh.
Ah, yes. Yes! Yes! I remember this one. This sounds so good. Okay.
It says The Perfect Marriage or The Perfect Life.
I'm
The
like,
Perfect
either
Lie.
or.
No,
Oh, okay. I'm like, you can't have both.
Took the colds because you realize Jace is Jace. I combined their name. I made them a shipping name. Jack and Grace.
Shipping name.
Oh, this is
That's
sad.
Not for me. Don't sign me up.
Okay, but I mean, I love a good cry. Like, I love crying in books. Not in books, but like.
I love making the pages all wet. Is this a series?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Just started a new series without even knowing. Oh god, is this a series, bro? Hope not. I can't afford it anymore. Okay. Trisha Levenseller's writing. I read a couple of her books. I can't think of them now.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm done.
We're never again using props.
My next one is Frederick. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? It needs to be switched.
I've never seen a rating that wasn't 5 stars for this book. I've
Wow.
never seen under. You're like, until me.
Yeah, no.